Your host, Emmeline Reed, and we have Brittany Baldessari here tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, in case you haven't watched the show before, if this is your first time, welcome. What we do is we sit around and we talk with some of your favorite athletes off the field, and we also talk about their charitable involvements that they're doing in our communities around here. So, we have a really great show coming up today, Brittany, but let's get started with how was your weekend?
So my weekend was a lot of fun. First off, I actually went with the performer crew. We went to Barrett's Haunted Mansion, and we kind of scared our butts off a little bit, so that was fun. I went with Sam, Austin, and some of the other crew. I brought my friend Samar, and then we went out to this place called Hot Pot, which is in Quincy, down the street from the studio. That was actually super cool. I've never done that before. I don't know if you've ever gone before, but essentially you go there, and they have these big pots, and you choose from, like, different seafoods and all different types of vegetables and meats and whatnot, and you like cook it in these big pots. It's super interesting. It was like a 2-hour experience. You guys should definitely check it out sometime. Go on a date there with Jacoby.
All right, sounds like a plan.
What did you do?
This weekend was a really interesting weekend. So it was Jacoby's birthday.
Ooh.
So we took him out to go to some of his favorite places. He loves New Bedford. So, we like to go out to, I think we went to Rose Alley, Moby Dick Brewing, and then afterwards he was really, really cute. He had a few beers and he was like, really just want some Popeyes, so I had to take him to go get fast food, and it was like the cutest thing. He was really happy about it. So really good weekend. We went to Bad Martha for Halloween, so we had some fun there too. So it was pretty good, pretty solid.
I loved the Halloween costumes that you guys wore. So you dressed up as Aria. I loved the red wig. You looked pretty sexy as a little redhead over there. And Shandy, their dog, actually dressed up. And Jake was Sebastian, I think, right? Dressed up in the little lobster costume.
Yeah, it was so funny because I was trying to get him. I was like, babe, why don't you be Prince Eric and I'll be Ariel? The whole like prince and princess thing. And he was like, all right, well, I don't really want to be the prince, but like, what if I pick something else? And I was like, yeah, babe, whatever, sure, like, we'll talk. And he comes home and he pulls out this giant onesie and he's like, surprise, I'm gonna be Sebastian. And I'm like, you know what, you would. Like, it was so cute and so perfectly like us. It was great. And then we got a costume for Shandy, which she had absolutely none of. Our dog wanted nothing to do with her costume. But
at least she took a couple photos in it, so you guys looked really cute. I loved it. It was like a good family setup. I enjoyed it.
Oh, thanks.
And speaking of families, we're going to be talking about some athletes shortly, some of their outfits that they put together for Halloween. But really quickly, I want to talk about the fact that I went on a date this weekend, which I'm excited about.
Yes.
As you guys know, I've been single for like 7-8 months now, and I'm really picky with people that I date. So I'm super excited that I'm actually sort of dating somebody now, but it's nothing too serious. So I just want to throw that out there because people have been kind of figuring out through Facebook.
So how did it go though? Like, was it like really fun?
Yeah, it was actually really fun. So we went out a couple weekends ago. We just went out to like dinner and like hung out and actually watched the game because he's into sports too, of course. And over the weekend we just like went and hung out and like grabbed some burgers. So I like the fact that we're doing low-key things to start off. We've actually known each other for a couple of years now, so it's good to like reconnect and see what happens. But
awesome.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Love that. Now we are talking to a couple of other families and couples that were getting pretty for Halloween. We had a lot of really great athletes that chose amazing costumes. So we had some ready that we were going to show, right?
Yeah. So first up, we're going to show you guys Tom Brady. So we all love Tom Brady. Kind of stinks that the Patriots just lost. They took the big L of the season this weekend. Very tough for them because it's their first loss of the season against a really good team. So I'm pretty sure that they're all bumming right now. But aside from that, look how great Tom Brady looks and Giselle and the kids. I mean, how cool is that? And I think Emma has a story about why Tom Brady didn't make practice last week, right, Emma?
So, funny story. I loved looking, obviously, if you follow Tom Brady, like, you probably saw this, but it was so funny. I love that he was like, nope, Tom Brady is missing practice because he refuses to take off his Stormtrooper helmet. Like, that is just a kid at heart, and I love that. I think that was the cutest thing. He's like, no, this is the day of the year where I get to be a Stormtrooper. I'm going to be a Stormtrooper. And he does it. I think that's so cute.
I kind of don't blame him. I mean, it's the one day out of the year where you get to be whatever the heck he wants. If Tom Brady wants to be a freaking Stormtrooper, let him be a Stormtrooper, okay?
Let them have fun. But there were a couple of other cute costumes that we saw as well.
Yeah, so next up we have David Price and his family. I think that they're Ghostbusters. I couldn't quite tell what they were, but...
Oh my gosh, definitely.
Look how cute they are. So David Price is one of the pitchers for the Boston Red Sox, and look at his family. It looks like they're in Florida. Obviously, it's the off season. Look how amazing they look. They must have just popped out a baby, which is even more
and
cute.
She looks phenomenal, by the way.
How do these athletes' wives just look like incredible after they pop kids out? Like, give us the secret. I don't know how. They're just like super women. How do they just look like they didn't even give birth?
I don't know. Props to them. She looks great.
They look great. I don't know. It's incredible. Next up, last but not least, I absolutely love the Hayward family. I would love to have his wife actually in studio someday. So if you're watching, I want you in studio. But Gordon Hayward is amazing, and I can't wait to watch to see how the Celtics season unfolds this season. And funny story about Gordon Hayward. I think it was about a year or so ago. They did like their sex reveal party for their third baby, and he really wanted a boy. So like, there's this funny running joke that goes around that he says, "Daddy's always happy," because people thought that he was bummed out because he had like a sad face on when the pink balloons came out, and he found out that he was having a third girl. But you know what, dude? It doesn't matter if you have 3 girls. Like, those girls can be just as athletic and just as cool as a boy. She can still play basketball. She can still play college basketball or get into cheerleading or play softball or whatever she does. Like, she could still kick butt. Doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. So I'm happy that he's starting to accept the fact that he has 3 girls.
Sounds like it's going to be a very, very busy household. But in other news, speaking of Halloween, the Boston Bruins did this really awesome thing. They dressed up in their costumes and they went to go visit kids at the hospital, which I love and I think is the most adorable thing. If you're going to give back on Halloween, especially the athletes in our community, that's a great way to do it, and I love that. And they looked really, really like they had a great time doing it. So let's roll that video. Let's take a look. We want to show you guys.
This is very easy for us to come here and spend a few hours of our day and I guess bright up some of those kids' day and have fun with it.
How do you do that?
Toy Story is like one of my favorite movies of all time, so it's at least it's one of those that all the kids will recognize.
Okay, but this is so cool.
Children look up to us, and we were there in their shoes one day, so it's literally the least that we could do.
Toy Story. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
I love it. And props to the NHL Network, because we actually got that video from them, which is awesome. And we love that the Boston Bruins players went over to Boston Children's Hospital and visited those kids, sick children, in costumes, just to put a smile on their face. We, as you guys know, a big part of our show is about charity and giving back. And we love to show athletes behind the scenes what else they do outside of the field and off of the ice.
Yeah, because these guys are busy guys, and to think that they take like time of their personal lives when I'm sure they'd probably, love to just be sleeping or maybe watching TV, and it's a lot that they put their bodies through in these games. So to be able to still, on top of everything that they're doing on the field, to make time and set that aside to go out and give back like that, I think that's beautiful.
I think it's absolutely incredible.
But speaking of beautiful, we have a beautiful girl in here in studio with us tonight, Alicia Capone. How are you, gorgeous?
Good. Thank you guys so much for having me here. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay, well, thank you so much for coming. So, as most of you guys know, we usually do a little talent tape for everyone that comes in our show. We would love, before we get started with our interview, for you guys to learn a little bit more about Alicia. So let's roll that tape.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Capone. I'm a Patriots cheerleader, a physical therapist, and a founder of Strong Her. I'm here actually today at the Boys and Girls Club of Chelsea. You caught me right before I had to go in to do a workshop. I grew up in Medford, Mass, so very local, and I grew up with a big Italian family. We watched football every Sunday night and still do that today, and get together as much as we can. We used to have Sunday night dinners, and every Tuesday my aunt would make chicken pot pie. Growing up in New England as a cheerleader myself, the Patriots cheerleaders were just an inspiration for me and my twin sister, and so that's what really inspired me to audition for the team and be role models for young girls. One of my favorite parts of being a Patriots cheerleader is all the volunteer work that we do across New England. It is so awesome to meet so many fans in so many different states and be able to inspire and pump them up. My favorite events that I've done with Patriots is with the players. We went and donated 90 iPads to a Boston after-school program. This is my second year on the Patriots cheerleading squad, and it never gets old. Every game day is just so surreal. Being on the field, cheering on the 6-time Super Bowl champions, and being at the last Super Bowl was just simply amazing. We recently had our pendant ceremony for this past Super Bowl, and that was just amazing, being able to get this beautiful pendant that represented all the hard work. Strong Her is a nonprofit organization my twin sister Daria and I started. Almost a year now it's been developing, and with our organization, our mission is to empower young girls to have the self-confidence and inner strength to achieve their goals. We decided to start this because I think today's day and age, we're all so focused on what other people think of us, whether it's how we look or what we post on social media, and we lose sight of just loving ourselves and be confident in ourselves. Our organization focuses on workshops that really help hone in on those life skills that make you a unique person and a confident individual.
I love that little twirl at the end.
I just went for it.
Yeah, at the end I was
really cute.
I was filming that video with Alicia. I was like, just do something cute and fun and cheerleady at the end so I can add it to the video, and she just like went for it, and it was
Just do a twirl, cheerleading twirl.
It was a one-hit wonder. We didn't even have to do a second take. It was awesome. But thank you for being in today. We're super excited to have you in studio. And if you guys are watching, we see everybody that's watching right now, which is amazing. Send us some questions. Emma will be asking them for you guys like she normally does. But we want to kick it off. So you grew up in Medford, Massachusetts, which I think is so cool.
Yes.
And you have a twin. So let's talk about the fact that you have a twin, because nobody else in studio has had a twin before.
Well, yes, having a twin is the best thing ever. Daria is my twin sister. She lives in New York, or else she would have been here. But she's amazing. Growing up with a twin, I think, is also why we decided to start our organization. You always have a best friend no matter what you did, right? So we grew up cheerleading. Every sport that we tried, every new school that we went to, we always automatically had a best friend and someone to lean on. Yeah, I want twins when I grow up. Well, I'm an adult, but yeah.
Well, they say they run in the family, so if you have the genes in there, you probably have a better chance of having twins than somebody that doesn't have that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That gene.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, so fun. Okay, so we got a comment on here, and I want to figure out what this means. Hi, Chickenella.
Oh,
Can we explain this?
yes, who is it from?
It's from Donna.
Yes, one of my coworkers. She calls me Chickenella.
That is so cute.
It's a little nickname.
Where did that
It's an
come
Italian
from?
thing, I think.
Chickenella.
Yeah.
That is so adorable.
Yes.
I love that. So Donna says, hi, Donna. Thank you so much for
Hi,
watching.
Donna.
We appreciate it. So let's talk about your background getting into cheerleading. What made you want to get involved in cheerleading to begin with, and what led you to the Patriots?
Yeah. So my sister and I grew up actually figure skating at LeConte Rink in Medford, and we had some friends that were cheerleaders, and we decided we wanted to try cheerleading, and my mom said you have to pick either figure skating or cheerleading, so we went with cheerleading, and we stuck with that. This is my favorite story to tell, and I think it sums up why I wanted to be a Patriots cheerleader. So in Medford, Tufts University is there. And every year they would have this event. They still do to this day. It's Read by the River. So it's a kids literacy event. And my mom would take us every year. And every year, at least like 2 or 3 Patriots cheerleaders would be there. So I didn't like reading, but I loved Patriots cheerleaders. So my mom would take us, and we were just so excited to meet our role models and take pictures with them, talk to them, and just get their autograph. So in one year, my mom took us, and we walked in there, and she sat us down, and she said, "Girls, I have some really bad news. The cheerleaders couldn't make it today, but the backup quarterback is here." So we cried. She pushed us in front of Tom Brady. It was when he was a backup quarterback. She pushed us in front of Tom Brady to take a picture with him and get his autograph on a green index card, which we still have today. But it just shows you that the Patriots cheerleaders are so important in the Patriots organization, in the community, and And for two little girls to cry because Patriot cheerleaders weren't there and they didn't want to take a picture with the player, you know, like
Who turned out to be Tom Brady.
A superstar. Yeah, exactly. I would like do anything to take a picture with him now, right? Anyone would. Yeah. So that story is just my favorite one to tell because it really just sums up like I am a role model in the community for so many people, girls and boys, and it's just amazing.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And you also have such a sporty background, too. I know you and I were talking previously that you guys used to watch Patriots games together growing up. Can you tell me about that experience? And you mentioned that your mom would make dinner for you guys. Your mom is actually sitting right next to me.
Yep.
Thank you for coming in studio as well. So I want to know a little bit about your background growing up in Medford, Massachusetts, having those Sunday night dinners, going over to your aunt's house for dinner on a Tuesday night.
Yep.
Paint that picture for us because we don't get to see the sports figures or the sports entertainers background, and that's what the show's all about.
Yeah, and I think family is super important, and I come from a big Italian family. I'm 100% Italian, and I know I don't look it at all, but Italian, I mean, we do Sunday dinners, and I think that's a big part of what kind of build a family and your relationship with your family. You have this busy week, but then every Sunday you come together and sit and talk about your week and your day, and I think that's super important. And so I have a very small immediate family. It's my twin sister and I, and we have a brother, and but my extended family, like my cousins are my brothers and sisters. Like I grew up living right down the street from my grandfather was at one corner of the street, my house, and then my aunt's house was on the other corner. So, we would go over her house. I still go see my grandfather every Monday night. He just went to Florida, so I can't go see him anymore and get his food. But my aunt always makes chicken pot pie, so she'll always text me now and say, swing by for some chicken pot pie. So I always take it home. It's awesome. I love growing up right outside of Boston. Medford is 15 minutes north of Boston. So I grew up in the city. I love it. Yeah.
It sounds like you have a really good family community, very strong background.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love my family.
So we did get a question from one of our viewers. They want to know, circling back to cheerleading a little bit, what the best part is of being a Patriots cheerleader, which I think we lately touched on, but I'd love to hear what you think, your favorite part is.
Oh, I don't know if I can pick just one, but I think my favorite part is being out in the community. So I work full-time as a physical therapist, and so that takes up majority of my time throughout the week. And being a Patriots cheerleader allows me to get out into the community. I've done events in Vermont, in Maine, in Connecticut, in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and just meeting so many people from all over New England is so amazing. And to be able to put smiles on people's faces, I think that's my favorite part, one of my favorite parts.
And what sparked your interest in being a physical therapist? I know that you obviously have that cheerleading background, probably a little bit of gymnastics background. Putting your body through such a physically intense situation almost every day out on the field and growing up as a kid, did that spark your interest in wanting to become a physical therapist, not only help yourself and your possible injuries that you have or may not have, but also help other people that may have injuries, whether they're from sports or other stuff?
Yeah.
Why did you become a physical therapist?
Yes, well, yeah, I am accident prone, so I always had an injury and was in physical therapy. But I also have scoliosis. So in middle school for 3 years, I wore a back brace for 23 hours a day. So it was very intense, but that allowed me not to have surgery, so I could still do cheerleading and softball and other sports that I played. So I'm grateful and thankful that I did that, but I had to really strengthen my back and my core. And so just being in the physical therapy gym and seeing what my physical therapist did for me and how he transformed my life, I wanted to do the same for others. So
I think that's an incredible story. It goes to show you how important, as you spoke about earlier, that those role models, such as a doctor or a Patriots cheerleader or watching an athlete at such a young age, has such a big impact on whatever you're doing. Like that completely impacted you wanting to become a physical therapist, just going to physical therapy.
Yes, and it goes to show no matter what you do or what you're doing, you're always making an impact in someone's life.
So it sounds like you've had a lot of inspirations over the years.
Yes.
But one of our viewers also just asked, who are your inspirations today and why?
One of my biggest is my twin sister, Daria. As twins, we have our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And one of her strengths that I strive to build upon every day is just how bold and confident and strong she is. And to have a sister lead the way and she's my biggest role model, and I always strive to be just like her.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah.
When you were
She's
growing
awesome.
up, did you have any, I know you said your sister is a big inspiration, which is obviously incredible, and you obviously have that tight-knit family. What is it called? The nuclear family. I guess that's like the psychology work. I actually, if you guys don't know this, my degree is in psychology and sociology. So once in a while, I'll throw out some psych stuff.
It's so random.
So random and bizarre. But yeah, I went to Suffolk University, and my degree is in criminal law, which is interesting. But anyways, so you have a tight nuclear family, as we know. And you just mentioned that you're really close to your sister, but growing up, did you have any influences on your life, such as like, did you have a favorite gymnast that you were like, oh my God, I loved watching so-and-so do walk across the beam or do these flips and tricks? Or were you inspired by movies like Bring It On, like the cheerleading movies back in the day?
Bring It On, yes.
Yeah, Bring It On.
Who doesn't love
Who
Bring It On?
doesn't? Did you recently see the
Gabrielle
picture?
Union.
Yes. She killed it. She looks the exact same.
I know, this lady is like, I think she's actually married to a football player, believe it or not, too, isn't she?
Yes, I think so.
Dwayne Wade? Oh, a basketball player.
Yes.
I think, so Gabrielle Union is from the movie Bring It On, and she recently put up a photo of her with her daughter, and I'm going to have to look that up because I don't want to sound like an idiot getting her husband mixed up. I want to say it's Dwayne Wade, but she put up a really cute photo of her in her costume from Bring It On, and she looks so great.
She looks awesome.
She looked amazing.
How do
She's
they
like
do
50.
that? Like, how do they stay looking the same? Like, what is the secret?
I don't know, but we need to
secret.
figure it out.
Tell me the secret.
I'm looking this up right now. I need to know.
But I would say, so Martha Hunt, she's a Victoria's Secret model, and she has a similar story. So she has scoliosis, and she has a surgery. So as a model, she has this huge scar down her whole entire back. And for me, as a young girl, that was someone to look up to, that she went through something so similar, and I was so self-conscious about my brace, my body. It's a structural change, and no matter how much weight I put on or how much weight I lose, it's not going to change, how my curve and how my back looks. And the fact that there is this woman out there advocating for so many people that have scoliosis and showing the world that you can do whatever you want as long as you have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself, it doesn't matter. And I think that's so inspirational.
I never knew that you had scoliosis. Like, you would never know it.
It's so, and people always say that. But growing up, I mean, since I was 11 years old, my doctor, I had to look in the mirror every day to make sure I could, if my curve was getting worse, then I'd have to go to the doctor. So I was so aware of my back and my body, and that's something I had to look at every day. So it's kind of drilled into me, like, you wake up in the morning, and before I go in the shower, what do I look at? I look at, my waist, and I can see the difference there. And I've worked on it a lot, just loving myself for who I am, and that's part of why we started our nonprofit organization, Strong Her. Just being comfortable with who you are and loving yourself. Everyone has flaws, but that's what makes you unique and beautiful. So
And we're going to be talking about Strong Her in the second half of the show, so you guys totally need to stick around.
Yes, please.
Her and her twin sister actually started their own nonprofit, which we are going to get to again after the break. But before we cut to a break shortly, I want to talk a little bit more about the Super Bowl and the Patriots this season, because you are currently a Patriots cheerleader. Yes. How has the season been? I know the games haven't been that great lately. They've kind of just been like dominating every freaking game. We just recently had Drea in here, one of your team captains.
Love her.
So how's the season going? What is the atmosphere like on the field? And I want to know a little bit about the ring ceremony from your perspective, because we also got that perspective from Drea.
Yes. The season's been awesome. I won't be back at Gillette for a game until the end of November, which is crazy. 2 Sundays ago, our last home game, the security guards, when we were leaving, they were like, see you in a month. I'm like, that's so weird. I mean, I'll be there tomorrow for practice, but game days are game days. That's like,
it's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe. And I always tell people, so we stand in the player tunnel when the players run out, and you have the lights flashing and the fireworks going and the music cranking, and you have Pat Patriot running and Julian Edelman like running all over the place. And said if that just happened every morning in front of my bed, I would be like a superstar at work. Like that would get me out of bed every morning. I wouldn't be snoozing my alarm like 24/7. But Gillette Stadium, it's electric. You're there, and it's just amazing. I think, Brittany, you were at our home opener, right?
Yeah, I was actually at the home opener, and I loved watching, obviously, them drop the new banner, and I love following you guys online because I get to see, actually, Alicia's wearing her necklace right now. Yes. So they, as you guys know, because you guys saw Drea's before and you saw it in Alicia's video. Mm-hmm. So these girls get these amazing necklaces. So the guys obviously get Super Bowl rings, but the girls get Super Bowl necklaces. And I think those things are so heavy. If you guys ever get the opportunity to touch one, you need to touch them because they're literally like, you could kill somebody with one of these things. They're so heavy.
It's my weapon.
It's a weapon around her neck.
This is just represents like all the hard work that, of course, the players put in, but us cheerleaders as well throughout the season. I mean, our season never really stops. So we were lucky enough last year when I was on the team to make it to the Super Bowl, right, in February. And then auditions start in March. So it's just nonstop, right? So if you audition again, you're just back at it. And besides practice and being at Gillette for games, we do a lot of promotional events throughout the week. So we're always on the go. So just for that hard work to finally pay off and have this to represent it and to have my name on the back, my last name, just so awesome. It's amazing.
How many more years do you have left? Because I think it's almost like presidency. You get like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So how many years do you have left?
This is my second year, so 2 more years. Yeah, and you have to audition every single year. So.
Oh wow! So they make you come back and audition again.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Your spot's not secure, so you got to work hard for your spot. Because there's hundreds of girls that audition, and so many people want your spot and opportunity. So it's like you gotta bring it always.
Who are some of your favorite friends on the cheerleading squad? Because I know that you guys must have like a tight knit bond.
Yes.
Like think about any workplace. You have some best friends that are in your workplace. Like when you guys are going out and shooting your Patriots cheerleader swimsuit calendar.
Yeah.
Who do you like to bunk up with, and what do you guys do when you guys go on those vacations?
Well, our coach will assign us like certain roommates, which is awesome because if I just went and roomed with someone that I felt comfortable with, then you never really get to know anybody else on the team. But I love everyone on my team. Nicolette, shout out to you, Michaela, Andrea, Jamie, Morgan. See, I'm going to name them all.
The whole squad.
The whole squad. Love you all. But yeah, I mean, there's girls on my team that will be in my wedding and be at my wedding. So yeah, it's
so sweet.
Yeah, it's a great bond, great friendships.
See,
and we go
that.
through so much, so.
Yeah, I'm
together.
sure. I mean, you guys have like those long practices,
yes.
And then you have long game nights. How late are you guys there usually, like after the games, after everything's let out?
Yeah.
Do you get to like just kind of like, okay, bye, and run, or do you have to stay and have like a bunch of things you have to do?
So sometimes we'll stay and we'll sign a bunch of calendars and posters. But yeah, no, we'll go back to our cheer building, change, clean up that cheer building, and then we can leave. But there's always traffic, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're always, I think the last game got out around 8-ish, and I got home probably 9:30.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot.
And that was the rainy game too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my first rain game.
Tell me about rain games from your perspective.
Awesome.
Oh, really?
Well, it was my first one that I've ever experienced, so I was legit soaking it in. But
literally and figuratively soaking it in.
But
no, it was different. It's normally when rain's pouring on me, the last thing I want to do is smile. But you have to remember that there's like thousands of fans there just watching you, so you have to like turn on your game face and smile. And I am having fun, but it's just there's nothing like being out there in the nice sunshine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I would take a cold winter game any day over a rain game. I mean, that was pouring down on us. Yeah, and we, besides being on the field, we're also in suites, visiting, fans in the suites or in the club level as well, very quickly. So we were in our Halloween costumes. I was the peanut butter, if you saw me on the field.
And somebody was the jelly? Who was the jelly?
That
Jamie.
is so cute.
Yes, it was awesome. Every time someone took a picture with us, we're like, what's your favorite sandwich?
I think Drea dressed up as SpongeBob before, and I thought that was super cute.
She was a monkey this year. It was so cute.
Oh, love. Well, thank you so much for sharing so much about your background and experience. That is so much fun. I love it. As of right now, we're going to roll to our commercial break. We do have a brand new commercial for you. This time we have an updated one from our sponsor, Bad Martha. We've been talking about Bad Martha Falmouth, and if you want to take a look inside, here is your opportunity. Enjoy. We'll see you guys after the break.
At Bad Martha, we believe in 3 things: great beer, getting bad, and doing good.
Every sip of our premium craft beer is a reminder that there's a paradise out there where you can kick off your boat shoes, let your hair down, and leave it all behind. That paradise is Martha's Vineyard. And while there's a bit of bad in every drop of beer we brew, there's also a whole lot of good in every can or bottle we sell. That's because Bad Martha is built on a simple idea: community first. We're proud of our beer, but we're even more proud of the island that inspired it. So much that we built a second location, Bad Martha Falmouth. We hope you enjoyed both just as much as we do, and join us on the island for an afternoon or in Falmouth for a slice of our homemade pizza. Bad Martha. Get bad, do good.
Rob Gronkowski here, ex-superstar in the game of football, and now I am in the business world. And today, I am proud to announce I am part owner with my brother of Ice Shaker. We're all about the grind. We are all about inspiring others to live a healthy lifestyle and be the best person you can be. And that's what Ice Shaker is all about. And that's what we are all about. And that's why we are here today. Because we are out there to live a purpose with joy, with passion, and to inspire optimal health. We are built on toughness. We are built on grinding. We are built on keeping your drink ice cold for more than 30 hours. Check us out. Proud brother, proud family member, iceshaker.com.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
Herd Restaurant, conveniently located here in Metro Square, features locally sourced, delicious meals created by a multi-talented chef. Herd satisfies even the most discerning palate. We love to welcome you to come to Herd so you may eat, drink, and spend time together. Watch for specials on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter feeds at Herd on Main, and come visit soon.
I don't get it.
Hey guys, so welcome back and thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Obviously, we have Alicia here, live in studio, New England Patriots cheerleader, therapist, and co-founder of a nonprofit called Strong Her. We're going to get back to her in just a quick sec, but I want to pop up a really awesome challenge that is going to be happening at TD Garden January 26th. This is called the Be Fit Challenge, and it's to benefit first responders. So if you guys are interested, check out the Boston Bruins website. They have something called the Be Fit Challenge. I don't know where the flyer is, but it should be popping up right here. It's a climb to support first responders at the TD Garden. Again, that's happening January 26th. I'm actually setting up a team. It's going to be a bunch of people from the Boston Bruins Foundation and the Boss Babes. So if you guys are interested in doing that, totally do it. Everybody that's on the team has to generate $300, and all that money is going to go towards a charity of your choosing. So it's pretty sweet. So we're going to be there. We're going to be filming, and we're going to be helping raise money. So if you guys are interested, check out the website. Emma, what do you think about this challenge? You excited to raise some money for the first responders in January, right after the new year, with all that, the turkey and all the holiday food we're going to be scarfing down? It's going to be a way for us to run some poundage off, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just going to be half sleeping. So just, like coffee, I'll take all of it. Thanks so much. And speaking of the Bruins, by the way, just to let everybody know, score right now is 3-3. Thank you guys so much for staying with us. It is, even tie, Penguins, Bruins. But yeah, no, this event is going to be interesting. I think it'll be fun.
I'm super excited, and thanks for that update. Whenever they play the Penguins in town, it's hard for me to choose a team because, as you guys know, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, one of my favorite athletes of all time is Sidney Crosby. He's the Pittsburgh Penguins captain. I absolutely love Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux was the captain. I actually got the thumbs down. I just got the thumbs down already in the studio. I love Mario Lemieux, too. He was actually the big head honcho for Sidney Crosby. He basically took him under his wing and didn't make him who he is. Obviously, Sidney Crosby made himself who he is today, but Mario Lemieux helped develop him as a player from a young kid. So, I don't know. Whenever they play each other, which they are right now, it's hard to choose either the Bruins or the Penguins. Whoever wins tonight, I support both teams.
Well, speaking of the Bruins, we also have A couple of other things have been going on. We have some Bruins that we spoke with at our what was it, the event that you went to this summer? It was the Autism event.
Yes.
Which was wonderful. It was Summerfest, which was really, that looked like it was really fun. I didn't personally get to go to it, but that looks like it was amazing. So we're going to show you guys that tape as well.
Is it?
Yeah, we're here at the Saunders Rec Center for the second annual Autism Awareness Summerfest, celebrating autism awareness, of course. I'm here with Matt Roboto of the Boston Today magazine. And Matt, why are we here tonight?
Brittany, it's a pleasure to be here. Of course, your brand, Boss Page, my brand, Boston Man Magazine. We both support all the great local nonprofits and charities in this area. We both love sports, and where else would we be other than supporting our good friend, Eric Murray, Autism for Awareness. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to head on inside and show you guys the behind the scenes.
Spend your money just to have a good time.
The music was rocking, drinks were flowing, and there were plenty of local celebrities and athletes all out celebrating autism awareness at the Saunders Rec Center. Matt and I had the chance to speak with some of the local stars, and concert attendees even got the chance to get a glance at some sharp-looking muscle cars.
Celebrating Autism for Awareness. What brings you here today, John?
We have 2 children with autism, 9 and 3 years old, and they're on the so-called spectrum, as they call it. And though not severe, there's no such thing as easy autism until you live with it and deal with it. But we're here to support the cause, to unify with everybody and just be supportive of one another.
The star-studded guest list included Boston Bruins athlete Torrey Krug.
Just a lot of great people, good friends, obviously everyone here for the cause, autism. Should be a great night.
What's your favorite part about this event tonight? There's so many people, there's great music. What have you enjoyed so far?
Well, I think you named them both. Just great people. Shaking hands, pictures, the music's great, there's a ton of great food, and everyone's here for the same reason, so it should be a great night.
Also in attendance was his fellow teammate, David Pastrana.
Yeah, well, obviously it's an honor for all of us, to be here and make people happy and help for a good thing, But I say Eric is a close friend, so anytime you get a free time, so little you can do to make someone's life better.
What is your favorite part of this event so far? Putting smiles on people, or the music, or what?
Yeah, overall I think it's a great group of people, great event, and a lot of friends around, so it's good that we all meet up at the same place, and how I said, if you can do something little for a good thing, it's always nice.
The man of the night, Eric Murray, expressed his reasons as to why putting on this event for the local community means so much to him. He even told me about his fun trips to Nantucket. And get this, he is a pilot.
We did this to help raise awareness for autism and the opiate addiction crisis. Me and my friends are just trying to do our little part in this world to help some other people a little bit less fortunate. And, we have the ways and means to do it. My friends have all been great. And so that's why we're here. It all is worth it. When I see people like my friend Ray over here, so happy to meet the Bruins and the Gronk.
I want to know all about, when you're out with the boys, what are some of your favorite places that you guys like to hang out? I know you like to go golfing. I know you like to go to Nantucket. Talk to us about Nantucket.
We like to go to Nantucket, so we go to Nantucket quite a bit.
Are you going to take me on this airplane? I haven't been on this airplane yet.
If we go to Nantucket, we might get married.
Hey, Money, propose to me right now on the airplane.
Brittany, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Please.
Okay, so you had some fun at that event.
So I got proposed to by E-Money at this Boston Bruins awareness thing, and it was absolutely awesome, and it looks like I got a free ticket on an airplane, so if anybody wants to come on E-Money's flight to Nantucket, let's do this. It's going to be a good time.
Count me in.
Yeah, let's go. I'll do it. Sorry, Jake. Booking another trip. Be back later.
So on a serious note, though, yeah, that whole event was actually created to raise money and awareness for autism, which obviously a big part of our show is all about going to these different charity events and seeing what these athletes do behind the scenes. So as you guys saw, Emma was actually away for her wedding. That's why she wasn't there. And we had Matt Roboto with me co-hosting. But There were some big name athletes there, like Mickey Ward, the Gronkowski brothers. You saw me interview David Pasternak, Tori Krug, the gentleman from The Sopranos. So a lot of big name people were there helping support such a great cause. What do you guys think about that?
That's awesome.
I love that. And it's like we always say, right? There are always people out there giving back in the community, and it's something that you don't get to see enough of. And as a news director, I see a lot of really harsh and difficult stories, but this one I thought was particularly beautiful. But we have another event that's going to be coming up as well, the Stadium Blitz, right?
Yeah, so the Stadium Blitz, we're going to roll that tape shortly. But speaking of the Gronkowskis, they have this really cool thing going on. So if you guys look at their website, I don't know the exact website, but their events are called Stadium Blitz. And what they do is they go to different stadiums across the United States. They recently went to Buffalo, New York, which is where they're from. Super cool. So they did their kickoff there. They recently were just in Tampa. And what they do is they set up these really fun obstacle courses where you can run around with the Gronk brothers and like throw footballs and act like monkeys and run around and basically just be physically fit and have a good time. And the whole point of that is just for you to get out and just have fun. I have some information actually from Gordy Gronkowski himself, but basically it's all about agility, strength, and cardio, and then they have a big party after. So every event that you go to, of course, the Gronkowski brothers aren't going to make you sweat and work out without having a party after. So
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
that sounds about right. So you're gonna go sweat, have a good time, and then go to the after party after, and that's all included with your ticket. So go have a good time with the Gronkowski brothers. They're actually doing one at Gillette this upcoming June, which we're gonna be a part of. So if you guys are interested, we're gonna be there filming and having fun. Emma and I will definitely be there. You should come, Alicia.
I want to. That sounds awesome.
So Stadium Blitz, guys, we're gonna roll that tape. Matt Roboto of Boston Man was actually just there, and he gave us some behind the scenes footage.
Well, looks like Matt had a lot of fun at that event. Oh my goodness. Looks like it was such a good time.
He did have such a good time. So Matt was actually down there because he's starting a new health podcast. So he was down there actually interviewing the Gronkowski brothers. And I don't know if he ran the obstacle course or not. I think he just went down there to do some interviewing. But I mean, who the heck doesn't want to go down to Tampa for a day and a half?
Right? That sounds great.
That looks like a party.
Right? That looked like a party in itself. I actually got asked to go to it, but I didn't go because Emma and I, the same day, which you're going to see in a future upcoming episode, we interviewed the Boston Bruins alumni team. So I wasn't going to ditch out on them last minute. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here, interview the Boston Bruins alumni team, and I'll go to the Stadium Blitz at Gillette.
Which sounds awesome. And I mean, what better place to do it than like at the home turf, right?
Yes, of course.
That's where we want to be.
Yes.
So I'm excited to be on the field there. I've actually never been like on the field down there. So
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
really excited. It's
You're
going to be a
gonna
fun
love it.
experience. But, you know, while we're on the topic of all these awesome things that you have been doing, of course, being on the field is great, but off the field, you have your own organization. Can we talk about Strong Her?
Yes, I'm so excited to be here and talk about Strong Her. You saw it in the tape that we rolled earlier, but Strong Her is a nonprofit organization that my twin sister Daria and I started. Next month will be a year that it's been going, and our mission is to empower young girls to have the self-confidence and inner strength to achieve their goals and overcome any obstacle that life, throws their way. So,
and what have been some of the situations that you and your sister have been in that have really kind of struck you and been you're like, wow, this is my moment, this is why I do this?
Yeah, so we host workshops for young girls. So we do 2-hour workshops, a day workshop, or we do series workshops, which we're currently doing with the Boys and Girls Club of Chelsea right now. But the first workshop we ever did was at a dance studio. And this young girl, at the end, we asked for feedback from all the girls, and she raised her hand, and we asked for feedback, and she said, I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me or letting me know that what I'm going through, I'm not alone. And it really broke my heart because, as a dancer and as a cheerleader and as an athlete, you spend so much time at this dance studio with your teammates, and for you not to personally be on that level where you can feel comfortable to share, your story or your struggles, that breaks my heart. And so after that, the dance coach came up to us and said, I just want to leave you guys off with one more note. And she said that, that girl that raised her hand and said that comment, and we're like, yeah. And she said, well, I just found out that she is, struggling a lot with anxiety and depression and, hurting herself, and that you just got through to someone today that needed it the most. So we went home and bawled our eyes out. That just reassured that what we're doing is needed. And I don't know, it just gave me goosebumps right now.
It gave me goosebumps too. You know what I love? I'm a very spiritual person, and I love hearing things like that. So you are an athlete, of course, and there's a big thing with the spirituality. Actually, I've been talking a lot to one of your other former Patriots cheerleaders, Kelsey Gosaucho, is that how you say her last name? She's dating Mikey V.
Yep.
And we've been talking a lot about self-service to others and giving back, and that's where you're at in this stage of the game. Yes. You're still an athlete, which is incredible, but at the same time, you're able to balance being a physical therapist, giving back in that way, but also giving back to young girls.
Yeah. It's awesome.
In a different way.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, how many events are you doing usually per month?
So it varies. In the summer, we were a little more busy just doing our 2-hour, workshop. Right now, we're focused on the series that we built with the Boys and Girls Club. So getting volunteers with that. We're also focused on a lot of fundraisers to do these events as well and host these workshops. There's a lot of organizations, after school programs that can really use and benefit these from these workshops, but just don't have the funds for it. So trying to go out in the community and help raise the funds for that. We've been focusing on that a lot, and we have an upcoming event December 11th at the Prudential Center. So this is really cool. We were just named the holiday partner with the Prudential Center for their event called 31 Nights of Light. So on December 11th, the tower of the Prudential Center is going to be lit up pink in for Strong Her to bring a visibility to our organization. So we'll have a little table and party going on there as well. So I'll keep you informed with all the details once I get them. Yes.
You
love
should
to have you there.
Because we would also like to film it, but we can promote it for you, which my next question would be, where can people find information about your events, or how can they donate to your organization if they're looking to either A, volunteer, or B, help fund Strong Her?
Yes, so you can go right onto our website on stronghernow.org. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is @strongher.org. And there's a donate button there. We post all our events on there as well. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down.
No, that's okay. So it sounds like you're just doing so many different things. Do you have a specific area that you focus in, or are you, able to branch out a little bit further?
So we're trying to branch out. We are working with. We also have a partnership with the Girl Scouts of Eastern Mass. So I've actually worked at the YMCA in Middleborough.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I
so
did an
down the
event
street
there.
From me.
Yes, right near where you live. So, and then we're trying to get in. My sister lives in New York, so we're hoping to get into there as well. So, New England and New York. Yeah.
Wow.
So really quickly before we wrap up, can you walk us through really fast? What do these workshops kind of look like? What can somebody expect when they go there? Is it motivational speaking? Do you do one-on-one training? What exactly goes on there? And the fastest that you can do it.
Yes. So we're teaching girls life skills. So skills that my sister and I learned, and we all have learned just growing up, going through life experiences, something that you don't learn in school necessarily. So it's all about, having a positive mindset, meditation, public speaking, and all that.
Well, if you guys want to find more out about Strong Her, definitely check out Alicia's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Emma's going to wrap up with some quick positive pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been thinking a lot that we talk a lot about, giving back and about charity, but it's rare that you get to see those little moments in everyday life where people are doing it, right? Because we're so inundated with everything else that's going on. We're busy, we're working, we're running, we're, going everywhere. Tonight we all sat in a bunch of traffic. And so it's, it can be complicated to kind of slow down and you don't really remember to do it. But one thing that I had seen earlier in Marlborough was there were a couple businesses that got together to just randomly give flowers to people. So they just walked up and down the street and just gave people, flowers, and people were really taken aback because it just doesn't happen often. But that changed the whole vibe of that main street in Marlborough for the whole entire afternoon that they were there and the whole day. So today what we're going to say is just, give back. It is going to help not only yourself to feel awesome, but it's going to help whole community. You never know who you can help. So
random acts of kindness do good for the community.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching tonight. We appreciate it. We are your hosts, Brittany and Emmeline, here with Alicia Capone. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Have a great night.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.